Hello everybody, this is CholeraSC bringing you a single matchup between two bad boys of Starcraft, two bad-mannered players of Starcraft, Firebathero and Best. And this was played about a week ago, August 12th, in the STX Cup, sponsored by NBC. This is a sort of a special tournament that pits several teams against one another. And here we have Khan versus SKT1. Firebathero, of course, representing Khan and SKT1 being represented by Best. This is the map Athena, and I am very excited to see both these players. I mean, not only are they relatively bad manner, of course, Firebathero known for doing his ceremonies against every player he's seen, and Best known for building nexuses in his opponent's bases when he wins. Not only are they rather bad manners, they're also very good players. I'd say both are in the top 5 of their respective races. I think Firebathero might not be that as good as Best. Best was looking like he was almost going to be one of those super class S-class Protosses like Bisu until he was bested by July in the OSL finals. And until, of course, at the 2 o'clock we have... Sorry, not in teal, and red at the 2 o'clock we have Firebathero. I was looking at the score. So anyway, this is a best of 7 matchup, so Best has to win for SKT1 for them to stay on. They're behind 2-3 against Khan. This tournament, series of tournaments is still being played right now. I believe, well, the winner from this game faces MBC Hero, and that's actually was played a few days ago. But anyway, it's a King of a Hill format where one player will, the winner of the first game will keep playing until he is beaten by somebody, keep playing other teammates from the losing team, and then if he's beaten by somebody, then that player will play members of the first team until he's beaten. And early in this tournament, Frozian from Khan actually had a several game streak that Best had just broken in game 5. I think Frozian won 3 games in a row, which is quite impressive considering that I don't think he's that great of a Terran player, but evidently he did do quite well. And now we're seeing the probe getting into Firebathero's base first, it seems, and it looks like Firebathero will not be able to block his door, so he is going to allow the probe in, unfortunately, for Best. And this could get a little bit annoying for Firebathero. The probe now harassing the SCB, building the barracks. And this map, Athena, 3-player map, I think it is a little bit favored towards Terran in the Terran versus Protoss lineup, so I'll give Firebathero a little bit of an initial advantage. However, as those of you who have watched him play against him much, he is not exactly a very good Terran versus Protoss player. In fact, looking at his statistics, he's only 36% against Protoss, and this is from a player that I definitely consider an A-class Terran. Unfortunately, against Protoss, he just seems to fail pretty much. And Best actually is not that great against Zerg, but he's okay against Terran. He's 54% against Terran, certainly a lot better than a 1-to-2 ratio. Oh, Firebathero could lose that SCV if he's not careful. One more hit in the SCV, and Best will take an early game, I won't say a lead, but certainly it'll be funny to watch. And oh, Firebathero is running with the SCV. The SCV's like, oh noes, probe chasing me. Yeah, so Firebathero looks like he's going for a pretty standard mechanized build here out of one base. He needs to get rid of that SCV though. I'm sorry, of that probe though. I wonder if he's building a Marine now to shoot that probe down, or else he definitely, Best will definitely know what he's going to be building for. And it looks like he's probably going for the fast expand. Here comes the Marine, and I think the Marine will probably be able to pick off. No, the hero probe wins. Evil killer Wally probe wins, and there's Firebathero, the little half grimace, Firebathero half grimace there. Firebathero, of course, recently defeated by Grandpa Toss much in the World Cyber Games qualifiers. He certainly didn't look very happy afterwards. So, but I mean, Firebathero in general has lost to players and has recovered pretty quickly. I like to think of him as a guy who, despite having a lot of emotional outbursts, doesn't let them affect him in the next game. He certainly is emotional after losing, though. I mean, we've seen his tears several times already, we in the StarCraft community, after certain games. And every time everyone always asks me, well, not everyone, some people always ask me, what games are they? And I'll say once again, look up Firebathero versus Haya in the Pro League Grand Finals of last year, casted by SC2GG Rise, and there you shall find the Firebathero crying. Also, if you want to watch my cast of Firebathero versus Much earlier in the MSL, same thing happens. Okay, anyway, SCV going out to scout for Firebathero. He's probably not going to get into the base, but now he's at least going to figure out the location, I think, of of Best space, but cleverly hiding that SCV there. I wonder if he's going to build something at that expansion location in the middle. It is on a ramp, so the Dragoons can't see it, and he will have a vision of them as they pass. And a robotics facility and a robotics support bay now up for Best. So Best going for a very fast Reaver drop here. Meanwhile, Firebathero is gone for the fast expand, so he's going to need to put up some kind of defenses. Only now is he going to spot that Best has not gone for an expansion, so he has to suspect either a DT drop or a Reaver drop, most likely. So most likely he will put that engineering bay down and start building turrets around his base. We'll have to see how good he is at defending his base from the early harass. Looks like the Dragoons will pick off that SCV, but I think Firebathero got at least a decent amount of information. He knows that a rush is coming of some sort, and it's almost certainly going to be a rush involving a drop. So I do expect the turrets everywhere, but will it be in time? I'm not sure. That robotics support bay arrived really quickly. I think it was one gateway into robotics support bay. Yeah, it was one gateway into Reaver, so pretty much the fastest rush you can do as a Protoss player. And now Best is setting up his natural expansion. Of course, he will be behind in economy if he doesn't make this Reaver drop succeed, but given that Firebathero still hasn't built his turrets yet, I think he's going to have a good chance of this being very successful against Firebathero. Firebathero hiding the turret underneath the barracks, although that's a ruse that's used so often by Terran players. I think that the pros know that a lot of times there is a hidden missile turret underneath floating buildings like that. Anyway, Firebathero, unsure about whether DTs are coming or Reavers, he's been forced to build perhaps more turrets in more awkward positions than he would like. And we do set a turret around the main though. Firebathero with the tanks there, just waiting for something to come. He knows this is coming. Of course, the pro players are not generally surprised by drops like this, especially when they're technical rushes like this. They generally can spot and figure out what's going on. And now we see that Firebathero is actually sieging up one of his tanks smartly there. And probably by now he's already known that it's not DTs and it's Reaver instead, because of the fact that Best didn't drop any of those DTs there. Oh, Best going for another pass. Looks like he's not going to get anywhere. So Best not being able to harass Firebathero, but he might be going for a little bit of a break in front here. Firebathero needs to get that tank there and siege up, or else he will be in big trouble. We'll see if Firebathero does that. Ooh, interesting. A secret expansion going up from Best at the 7 o'clock. Oh, no, but Best is spotted at the 8 o'clock location. So Firebathero knows now that Best is a bit overextended and that he really just has one shuttle to defend himself. Well, obviously he has more units than that, but really that one shuttle is his main defensive weapon and offensive weapon right now. The Dragoons are not that powerful against tanks, of course. So if he manages to neutralize that shuttle or destroy it somehow, he'll take a huge lead in this game. Looks like Firebathero, trying to sneak vultures out, but denied by the vulture, rather by the Reaver. Firebathero also sneaking an SCV, looks like right into Best's base there. Nice work. Best's Dragoons just letting it go by, and the probes letting it go by. Nice work there, Best. And now Firebathero will spot all the gateways going up there. And now he's going to attack the Nexus just to make Best know that he's there. Firebathero with speed upgraded vultures, well, only one vulture. I was going to say vultures, but unfortunately just one vulture. But he's going to do a little bit of damage to these probes, picking off 2 probes, perhaps a third probe. And now he's actually going to get to this 8 o'clock position, but it looks like Best has actually walled himself in with pylons smartly. So Best taking a bit of a lead here economically if he can hold that. Firebathero playing very passively. This is really, if I remember correctly, I think this was how he played against Much in both of the games that he lost to Much recently in the World Cyber Games, and that is just not good for the Terran player, just not moving out until quite late in the game, and that's just not going to succeed for him. It's not a viable strategy against the Protoss. You know, generally Terran has to build up a sustainable force of tanks before they can move out. However, they just can't wait until the very late game to move out, because by then the Protoss will be 2 or 3 bases above the Terran. And, you know, the Terran will just find it very difficult to come back from that. Alright, Firebathero trying to move out now, and that first tank just gets completely sniped off there by the Reaver. Nice work there by Best. Firebathero probably needs some anti-air to push out now because of the number of Dragoons are out there and the Reaver flying around. Firebathero a bit pinned into his base right now, and the observers are out too, so Best is going to know exactly where their mines are also. So Best taking a definite lead, I'd say, at this point. And I sometimes wonder why pro gamers don't go for the glides more, well, earlier in the game. By the way, if you want to check out a Pimpus play game that Firebathero was involved in, which also was Terran versus Protoss, go check out Pusan versus Firebathero. I casted that a few months ago in my early days, back in the day of commentating, my early days. But it was a very exciting game, and well, I won't give away too much, but Firebathero doesn't necessarily play the best StarCraft in it. I'll just put it that way. Worth a watch though. Pusan versus Firebathero. I won't give away what the title was, but you guys can find it out. Anyway, 6 factor going up for Firebathero. Firebathero sneaking south with his Vulture, still desperately trying to get a harass out. And this is what he needs to do in the mid game. I think Firebathero really should study a player like Nada more. Nada is very, very effective with his Vultures in the mid game. He manages to sneak in, whereas other Terrans fail to sneak in with his Vultures and get that harass off. So, I don't think Firebathero has done anything at all to Best recently, and really, Best is just taking a giant lead here. Firebathero really not pushing out, not able to push out, and now he has those 3 Vultures. He's going to try to pull a little bit of a micro trick here, trying to squeeze that Vulture in. Oh, but Best putting a 4th pylon there. He's not going to be able to micro those Vultures in, and Best will just get his Dragoons over there and polish them off. By the way, shout out to Sina